Hello, welcome to something different. This is the How to Be Scums series, where I show you how to replace me if needs be, because chances are I'm not going to be able to keep doing this forever. This will be a couple parts, but this is the part where I just show you how to keep up with Ryan and all the crap that man does. And of course, everyone can do this their own way, but I do save all of Ryan's streams in full now. There's a couple reasons for this, but mostly it's just because there's interstitial stuff that he cuts out. He uploads the vast majority of what he streams to Twitch, especially recently. But there's stuff at the beginning of the stream, there's stuff at the end of the stream, there's stuff in between the games, in between matches that tends not to make it, and sometimes that stuff is fun and important. It's not a huge investment of space. I saving everything locally takes up a lot of space, but for Ryan, it's around 5 terabytes a year, so I buy a 5 terabyte external drive and then I'll use it for the year, and that seems to work okay. So it's not too onerous to download ML stuff. So I'm downloading all the streams using Twitch Leecher, which is a very good and useful program. Just make sure you save it with a recognizable name. If I was smarter, I'd probably include the year in here too, but because I use a different drive for each year, that's not really an issue. So September 7th, September 6th, and so on. I do this once a week on Saturdays, so I just have a week typically to do, which isn't too bad. It's part 1 and part 2. My mistake. Should probably look ahead, unlike me. Second, I know. Alright, so I'm downloading those. Oh, it's Friday. Is there no Monday stream? There was no Monday stream because of Labor Day, right? Laborious day. I do also keep track of days he doesn't stream. Oh god, I need to do this in a window where I'm logged in. I hate websites that do this. Things like Pinterest and Instagram are the worst, but Twitter's gotten pretty bad if you're not signed in too. Not live for Labor Day. Okay, so I download the streams, they're downloading. It obviously helps if you have fast internet. The next thing I do is I go here to my NL streams page, add in the things for the week. So Monday, which will be the 5th, no stream. Labor Day. Labor Day, because he's Canadian. Sure, you can spell it wrong. And then I make the entries for each day. The way I'm doing it looks like this. So it's Tuesday, the date. I'm using slashes. I probably shouldn't because I can. My cat is here. I probably shouldn't because different countries write the dates in different orders, so I'm writing it in the stupid American way where it's month, date, year, which makes no sense. Day, month, year makes more sense. The absolute best way, in my opinion, is actually year, month, day, because that actually alphabetizes to a sensical order. But anyway. So, and then the megathread link, if there is a megathread link, then I do the games played, and then I do the YouTube videos. Right, so this is what this looks like. Cat, I'm gonna need you to move so I can use my mouse. So it's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Just copied and pasted and then changed as necessary. So Friday was the 9th. Bye, kitten. Thanks for hanging out for 6 seconds, weirdo. Next, I need the megathread links. This comes from the subreddit. At least if you're on the old .reddit.com version of the subreddit, there's a link. Or I'm sure you can get this some other way. It's just by the megathread flare. And you can just copy and paste these links in. EZPZ, as I guess Ryan would say. Alright, now you're done with Reddit. Close it as soon as possible. Now I'm going to copy in the game information. So on, well, I guess I'm doing this backwards. On Friday, Rumbleverse, surprise, surprise. Super Auto Pets, surprise, surprise. More Rumbleverse, surprise, surprise. And then if you see games and demos, that's almost always Zombs Royale. And he almost never uploads Zombs Royale, and so I have to bootleg it. Stuff I bootleg, I'm marking with this asterisk, so it's easy to like find in the future. Now, even though I downloaded the entire stream, or I am downloading the entire stream, I download the stuff I bootleg separately. Sorry, just hide that while that plays, giving it now, 1/16 of a cent. Doing my part to support him. We'll let that simmer. Thursday, Steel Rising, Rumbleverse. If there's segments with other people, I also try to include that in here, so we'll see that, I think, on Tuesday. And I do also try to quickly scrub through and just see. He's not always very good about changing categories on Twitch, so sometimes there's Zoms that's unmarked, especially.
To the 1800s when the... Stop moving, you jabroni. Okay, you know what? You used the J word, now I'm on your side.
So I'm guessing...
Go back to the 1800s when the circle was big.
You have to make some judgment call about where his video ends. So probably here. So you copy the video URL, you just go here, search for the video URL. And if you've copied the timestamp, you can just use the timestamp, or you can just manually type in the time code. And then just save it, September 9th, and that was on this. And then we'll upload that when it's ready. Okay. Friday, Thursday, Friday apparently. Spelling, who cares? Alright, Wednesday, Rumbleverse, surprise, surprise. Super Auto Pets. Again, I will just check real quick. Tuesday, Rumbleverse. Corey. A sort of recurring, overarching problem with doing this archiving stuff that I do is, like, do I call Corey Corey? Do I call Corey Flag Flag? Do I abbreviate it as FB? And it doesn't really matter what you do but consistency is important. That if you call him Corey some places, you should call him Corey everywhere. So if someone goes to a page and searches for Corey, they're not going to miss anything because you called it Flack Flag on that page. There's the belt and suspenders method, the unnecessarily complicated method, where you just include both, which I've been doing because I am nothing if inefficient. But that prevents the problem as much as possible. I assume this beginning 20 minutes isn't going to get uploaded. This 20-minute segment. I've already had that downloaded as its own separate thing, so I don't need to download it again. And then Sporkle quizzes. And again, I'll just check real quick. There's no secret zoms here at the end. Doesn't look like it. Yeah, okay. Alright, so that's the streams roughly accounted for, so I know what games he played, what order. I can close this. Next thing I'm going to do is look at what he, how he split up those streams and what he called the episodes. This is important so I know what got uploaded and what didn't. And sometimes he highlights stuff and doesn't end up uploading it for some reason. Right, so you have to more or less keep track, but these 14-hour ago ones were from Friday's stream. So what do I want first? The Rumbleverse stuff. So these 3 are Rumbleverse. So we're gonna bust down the door. There might be more, but I don't care. Oh yeah, that feels good. And if the title of the video doesn't include the name, I put it in parentheses. Whereas like this video here, welcome to the Rumbleverse database, that includes the word Rumbleverse in it, so I don't think it's necessary to include the game name in parentheses, blah, 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 blah. You know, use your judgment. You do you, future scums. Alright, Rumbleverse and then SAP. Now, it's not really possible to know, looking at this list, what order these are in. So you might notice that like the way that these were created on Twitch goes SAP, Rumbleverse, 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 SAP, whereas in the stream it obviously went SAP second and Rumbleverse first. So like they get kind of shuffled. I don't know if that has to do with the order in which Ryan highlights them or if it has to do with the order in which they like render or something. But you really can't tell the order of these most of the time unless there's some obvious clue in the title or thumbnail. So I don't worry about it. I don't suggest you worry about it. If you want to, you know, it would add some value, but I think it's more trouble than it's worth. This weekly confounds and upsets me. I'll abbreviate that as SAP, and I'm out of here. So there's the videos that came from Friday's stream, and now we'll go to these 2 days ago ones. Sometimes he like doesn't upload or he doesn't highlight stuff on a day, and he'll do 2 days at once, and then you have to try to guess which ones came from which day. Just do the best you can. It is annoying. Alright, so there's 2 Steel Rising videos, and then there's Rusta 5G. Did he? Hold on. Did he have Rusta 5G in his... It's in the title. What is in there? Oh, it's because of the 2 halves. I missed this. Okay, so R smarter than a 5th grader. I'll abbreviate that the traditional way as Rusta 5G. Alright, so Rusta 5G is first. like this one's probably the first, and this one's probably the second, based on the title. But it looks like he's, you know, naming them to make sense on YouTube when you read them next to each other. We found our answer rather. Steel Rising Part 1, which is the extra segment from the split. Steel Rising Part 2. When there's like a bunch of episodes in a row, like it's episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I don't usually write out all the names. I'll just do like episodes 1 through 5 and not bother linking them. Again, you do you. Is that all? So he played Rumbleverse on Thursday, but he didn't upload it, is what I'm seeing here, right? That here are the uploads from Thursday. These 5. There's... No, there it is. Never mind. But that's the sort of thing that you need to like look out for, is if Rumbleverse is here and not highlight. But sometimes I'm just lying blind. But that's what you want to look out for in case there's stuff that got missed. If someone heaved a mailbox into it, I have no idea. I wasn't there. Okay, so there's Thursday. Wednesday's the 3 days ago ones. Start with Rumbleverse. Gamers came out to play. The moan heard round the world. Sounds lewd. Then again, going by the names, I'm guessing this is the first sap and this is the second sap, even though they sort of appear in the other order. But I might be wrong. It would also probably be totally acceptable to, instead of writing Rumbleverse after each one of these, write all 3 titles with commas between and then put Rumbleverse at the end. Like, that would probably make sense to do and save you some time, but this is the way I've been doing it, and I'm too ingrained to stop. Kind of frowns. That's a word. Okay, so it's Wednesday, and then finally Tuesday, 4 days ago. And then you look for the big break for the weekend. That's reassuring that you're doing things right. Alright, so 3 Rumbleverses and 2 Sporkles. Yeah, and there's no like 20-minute Rumbleverses. So that beginning part of the stream is in fact not highlight. And so I should like get some respect on their name. I don't know why I try to like capitalize these in a different way, but you do you. I guess. Gotta untilt the tilted. And then the Sporkles, not obvious what order they're in, so I won't worry about it. And then this is, can you name a band missing its lead singer? And I only know that because it's I was there when it happened. But you can hover over the name with your mouse to see the full title. Okay, so that's the sort of outline done. I do suggest you keep the highlights open as you go to the next part, which is actually seeing what got uploaded to YouTube and linking it. Right, so the dynamic duo is back. This says September 10th. It's not from September 10th, so you can't really trust the shit that Ryan says. The dynamic duo is back. Okay, so here it is. That's actually like off by 8 whole days, the date that's in the title, so that's reassuring, Ryan. Good job. And the order that things were streamed in, the order that things are in here, and the order that they're uploaded are often 3 completely different things. So expect to bounce around as you do this. Now, for chess videos and SAP videos, they're not always streamed. Like, currently all the chess videos are off stream, and like half the SAP are off stream, and you can kind of tell by the thumbnail, and you can kind of tell by the length that if they're around 25 minutes versus like an hour, they're probably bespoke. You can also usually tell by the type of thumbnail. The my god, Dracula Phidias thumbnails are usually the streamed ones, and NL's handmade ones are usually the bespoke ones. And then you can usually click and look at the information to tell, right? So this is a bespoke video for YouTube. Likewise, this is a bespoke video for YouTube because there hasn't been any chess streamed. Right, this weekly confuses and upsets me. We just wrote that down. That was Tuesday? Wednesday? Wednesday. I don't know what day of the week the weeklies start, which would have helped, but you can see that, like, this video came from Wednesday, this video next to it came from last Friday, right? So, like, there's not a whole lot of correlation. Different games have different backlogs, and that's just the way Ryan be. Alright, I'm craving the red juice. It's probably from Friday. Craving the red juice. The other thing that can happen is, here it is. Sometimes he changes the titles, that the highlighted titles, you know, he's not very careful about spelling or capitalization or anything. They often get sort of workshopped, and sometimes it's obvious how they got workshopped, how they got punched up, but sometimes he changes the title completely. And that's why I like to keep this open. You can usually identify the video based on the length. The caveat to that is when a video is highlighted and then uploaded to YouTube, their times can be different by about a second, just because of like re-encoding nonsense. Anyway, so did this. This should be bespoke. I like to double check. Yes, it's bespoke. This should be bespoke. I don't need to double check because just there has been no chess on stream in like a month. Wake up, honey, it's update day. This might be from last week. Wake up, honey, it's update day. Oh, it's here. Okay, sorry. It's always a bit of an adventure. Alright, that line's done. Can you name these bands with a singer removed? It's here. Feel the adrenaline course through your veins. Here it is. I cracked the code. Looks bespoke. Is bespoke. It's a little messy. Is bespoke. Can I name these popular musicians? Right, so that got changed slightly from can I name these musicians? But not enough to be difficult to identify. The greatest battle royale game ever played. So that's probably this. The greatest round of Rumbleverse. I am going to try to double check. So I'm looking for 5916. So I can control F, 59.1. Interesting. Probably just didn't load. Right, so 5916 here. The greatest round of Rumbleverse ever played. I just didn't write the rest of the title. That's all that's going on here. But in the case that he changes the, title slightly, I don't think it's worth changing it. It can be kind of interesting to see how they change, if nothing else. This looks bespoke. Is bespoke. Zaniest final circle ever. It's right here. Watch a man die inside, doing emoji algebra. Bespoke. People graduated from wrestling school versus people have gone to wrestling school. Right, so like it went through some editorializing there, but pretty obviously the same video. Some wounds never heal, Fall Guys. That's pretty far back. When's the last Fall Guys? When is the last Fall Guys? It's here. Some wounds never heal. Last Thursday. These vultures cannot stand. Bespoke. Bespoke. Taunting in the final circle versus taunting in the final circle. Very slight difference. Bespoke. Bespoke. At least we all had fun. Might be I had a great time. Might be I had a great time. 139. I had a great time. Okay, so I had a great time here. Became at least we all had fun, right? So that's a pretty big difference, and that's why I like to keep the highlights open to compare. Why are you jumping? Should be from Thursday. Far down? I might be too far down. Why are you jumping? There it is. It is fairly easy to get lost, especially since I'm looking at the HTML. Get lost as you're doing this, but we muddle through somehow. I don't know cars. My thoughts on rhyming? I don't know cars. There we go. I just think the leopard's neat. Bespoke. We earned the Rumble Pass. We earned the Rumble Pass. Or the Battle Pass. Okay, so this is one that I already linked. So I now know that I've done the last week's worth of YouTube uploads. Of course, because of the backlog, the YouTube uploads and the actual streams are frame shifted, right? So all of these streams are not yet uploaded to YouTube. Don't worry about it. Just do what you can. All right, so I can save. I also like to check visually that nothing is outrageously wrong here. And I can see that like my thoughts on rhyming hasn't been uploaded yet, but it's sort of in a place that looks that's actually concerning, right? There's sap before it uploaded and there's sap after it uploaded. He might not upload my thoughts on rhyming unless I missed it. So I'm just trying to keep in mind mentally that this is where I need to start when I add everything to playlists. My thoughts on rhyming. My thoughts on rhyming. I can't actually see it. There it is. So there's a 40-minute sap video from 10 days ago. I might have just missed it, which is why I do this step. Thoughts on rhyming. Thoughts on prequel. And then I can check 45. It's not that. So this appears to have not been uploaded for some reason. Why was that not uploaded? I don't know. Sometimes stuff just slips through, I think. Sometimes he has like too much backlog. Occasionally you'll see things highlight twice. I think that's because Ryan uses a sort of one-step highlight and automatically upload to YouTube feature. And so occasionally that fails because it relies on both Twitch and YouTube behaving, and the chances of both of them behaving at the same time is not 100%. But this looks like a video that was not uploaded. So I'm probably gonna have to bootleg it. So it's from 8/31. And you know, I'll find out if it in fact gets uploaded in the next week, but chances are it's far enough back that it's not going to get uploaded. Again, you just never know with Ryan. Stuff falls through the cracks. Okay, so that's the highlights identified that have been uploaded so far. The next thing I want to do is playlists, right? So this is the video that we ended on, but I like to sort of like double check. You know, I have 5 on this. Is this in the Sporkle playlist? Yes, it is. Rumbleverse, is this in the Rumbleverse playlist? Yes, it is. I just think the leopard is neat. I need to find the SAP playlists. Unfortunately, this stuff all gets shuffled around as I update them. There it is. Sporkle. I'm just calling quizzes. I should actually probably change the title of that. Fall Guys. It's been a hot minute since Fall Guys. I have to make sure I put it in not Apollo's Fall Guys playlists, but NL's Fall Guys playlist. Rumbleverse. As you do this, the playlist will start to be at the top instead of, you know, down below. So it gets easier, but the first couple each week takes some scrolling. And sometimes you have to add, you know, new playlists because he plays a new game. I don't think... Well, actually, we'll need a playlist for Rust 5G, although none have updated yet, and we'll need it for Steel Rising, even though none have been updated yet. I lost track of which one I clicked on. I think it's Rumbleverse, though. SAP. And you can't always rely on this thing popping up. Sometimes it just doesn't pop up. It's very annoying. And sometimes even if you like go back here and check, it doesn't actually show that it's in the playlist, but it is in the playlist. So you can accidentally add things twice, because YouTube is terrible for no reason. They make truly horrendous amounts of money, and yet simple things like confirming that a video was added to a playlist don't work fairly frequently. Like there, it didn't pop up. Don't get me started. That one also didn't pop up. But the fact that the SAP playlist is on top confirms that it was updated. This stuff drives me bonkers. That one didn't pop up. Drives me crazy, like no one else. And I can't help myself. The other thing I should do is some of these Rumbleverse videos were co-op, and it's not quite as simple as if there's co-op, I call it a pseudo NLSS. For some reason, I consider the Canadian dad stuff to not be pseudo NLSSs and sort of its own thing. So the videos that are NL, MALF, and SIPs specifically, I don't call pseudo NLSSs, but these other ones I do. So I just want to check real quick. Blah, 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 blah. While that's going, we can go here. Alright, so we said, are you smarter than a 5th grader? Who knows if you'll play more? And I don't know the starting date yet, but I'll add a place for that. And Steel Rising, one word, I think. He'll probably not play it again, but I'll give it some time. You know, it mostly probably depends on the deal that he cut to play it. If he has to do more than one stream day or not. Alright. So I'm just looking real quick to see if this is co-op. It's not. I should also try to pay attention and see if there's any series that I think are done. Backpack Hero is probably done. Curse to Golf is, I think, dead. Rumbleverse is obviously still going. Played Up, I wouldn't be surprised if it comes back. Fall Guys, I wouldn't be surprised if it comes back. GeoGuessr Duels is probably dead too. But he does just play GeoGuessr like randomly when he needs something to do, so like I might not kill that. Anyway, let me finish this before I get into that part. I'm mostly just looking for anyone in the sidebar, because I think that's how it shows that you have a partner.
See, you're doing what I should be doing, which is leaving.
Same.
Okay. this time, I'm not saying I'm making Rumbleverse. There's a lot of other people. Let's go. Where will we finish? Well, clap, okay? Never really used Atomic Punchline before. I had phrased hit, but you know what? That's life. We're just chilling. Anyway, that's my only 2 stories from yesterday. That's pretty much it. I don't really have much else. So imagine me.
Okay, so
That's 7 solos and then our 1.
I'll call this a pseudo LSS. It's, you know,
You gotta be feeling
there's always a judgment call. Like, is this Golden Egg Challenge series because it's NL and Dan?
When you get the right moves and you Atomic Punchline. Sorry, YouTube. I just had to go to the bathroom. Okay, you didn't miss any.
Okay. But we'll go ahead and do that as well. And this is where you have to copy your own work. This is from Friday so far, although I'll probably make the post for September 6th as well. Sudo NLSS September 5th, 2022. For some reason, I always spell it out on the blog posts on the site because I love to be consistent. So there's 3 parts, it looks like. They may not all be with Dan, but we'll make space for all of them. Verse part 1, part 2, part 3. Thread. I need to add a space in here, actually. I have too many open parentheses in my brain right now. That's the way it goes sometimes. But that's why I like to open up the pages again. I'm missing a line break there. That should fix it. I'll go ahead and add the tags. This is a pseudo NLSS. This is Northern Line. This is Dan. ... Easling. This is Rumbleverse. It was on the 5th. I will go ahead and publish this, but I'll have to go back and add more later as these links are produced. And then there's one for the 6th as well. Why did I say that was the 5th? That was the 2nd. I'll have to go back and fix that. Because I'm very stupid. Which I mean, I guess is a takeaway from me showing you how this works behind the curtain. Is that it doesn't require much, if any, special knowledge. It just takes time, unfortunately. And consistency. It looks like there's 3 here too. Again, they might not all have been with Corey. And I'll just leave this in to get, filled in later. if you're wondering what this target equals underscore blank thing, it sort of forces the link to be opened in a new tab. So like normally if you click on a link, it opens in the same tab. I don't tend to like that. I tend to like opening things in a separate tab, because often I'm like, this has to do with, you know, what I do and the way that I watch things, but I might want to go like, oh, I want to watch this and then I want to watch this, and so I don't want to like open this, watch it, hit the back button, and then click this. I want to go, okay, I'm going to open this, and then watch them. And you can do that with control clicking, or if you want that as default, you can add this target equals underscore blank thing inside the HTML tag. That's just a thing that I do because I'm weird, but I like to do that. Again, kind of completely optional and I don't know, idiosyncratic. But again, it's good to be consistent, that like if you're going to do it, you should always do it for like all videos. So that people at least know what to expect the site to do and not be surprised when it does it sometimes and not other times. The second step that I would do, but I'm not going to worry about right now, is separately from the post, I have like the page that has everything. And so I have to essentially take the post HTML and then modify it. So this would become NL, DG, actually just Dan. I make it a short form and then just the docket in one line, and make a thread link. So this is the URL or the HTML that I would put inside the inside this page. To update it as well. So it's like the last step. Okay. All right. So far we've downloaded the streams. We've updated the streams page by putting in the megathread links, the games that have been played, the highlights, what highlights have been uploaded so far. We'll worry about the bootlegs later. When everything's downloaded, I'll start uploading those. I do have pretty fast internet. Okay, so I can actually go ahead and start uploading those as well. Which were this weird one, August 31st, NL Zoms, that weird one. The first part of September 6th, which is this. And then a Zoms from Friday. So I'll go ahead and upload those. Again, it's very helpful to have good internet. It's relatively easy, depending on where you live, to get fast download, but getting fast upload is somewhat more difficult. I'm pretty lucky to have pretty good upload. I don't have fiber, but I still have like 20 to 40 up, which is decent. That it doesn't take overnight to upload videos like this. Thank goodness. Once these are uploaded and I've edited their like metadata and scheduled them, I will add the links in to this page, right? So like this Zoms Royale wasn't uploaded as indicated by the star. I downloaded the video, I set it all up. It's scheduled to go up 60 days approximately after the stream, when the stream has been taken down from Twitch. That this depends on the streamer that you're doing this for, but for Ryan, his streams are available on Twitch for 60 days if they're not highlight. If they're highlight, they're available indefinitely until he deletes them effectively, in case of another, DMCA nonsense thing happening. Right, so I'll link those when they exist. Alright, so we did this page, we did the posts for any pseudo NLSSs. We didn't have to make any new playlists yet, but I went ahead and put those in so I know sort of what order they happened in. I did say I think Backpack Hero is done. So let's take a look here. Yeah, so it's been 11-12 days since the last Backpack Hero. I kind of got the feeling, based on the last time he played, that it's not likely to come back again. So I think Backpack Hero is probably dead. So Season 2 is just the 2 videos. The last one was on September 1st. So I'll just go ahead and put in these dates. I'll say there were 2 videos. And then I'll grab the transcripts for them, since I'm assuming that this playthrough is dead. So here's how you get auto transcripts.
I'm not an analyst.
I'll make this wider. It helps to have the sidebar. So you just click here, click show transcripts. Copy the URL, give yourself a couple lines, copy and paste the transcript. So just shift click the whole thing, and then this is Backpack Hero. This is the second season, quote unquote, because he did play it like several months ago. The first episode. This is the second one. So it's relatively quick.
Hey, we're back with
to do a couple of these. The hard thing is when you have to do this for like thousands of videos at a time. That's what took me like a couple of years to get through. But fortunately, if you're doing this for Ryan, I've done most of that type of thing. In another episode of How to Be a Scum, I will probably talk more about this transcript thing and what to do if it doesn't create auto transcripts, because that's a thing that happens sometimes. Alright, now there's already been Backpack Hero. Alright, so this is like quote unquote season 1, so I'll make a folder for this. It's probably not really necessary because there's only 5 videos total to put them in separate seasons and separate playlists, but again, it doesn't really matter which way you do it. You should try to be consistent. I'm not terribly consistent about breaking things up or not, but I do the best I can. It's just that I'm a moron and my best isn't very good. Right, so I upload the transcripts. And then I'm going to copy the transcript link. This entire transcripts folder is just shared with anyone with the link. So I don't need to like set any permissions because it's inherited from the folder. And I'll just add a link to the transcripts here. I'll do the same with Curse to Golf because I think Curse to Golf is done. Now for like really long series, when Isaac was happening, right now, things like SAP and Rumbleverse, I'll do the transcripts when I remember. I try to do it approximately monthly to update the transcripts, but it depends on how busy I am. Again, you do you. Curse to Golf is dead. Just 2 videos. Quiet. You. And the second one was the 22nd of August. The other thing I do is I try to keep track of what playlists NL has made versus mine. This is again kind of optional, but NL does occasionally make playlists for shit. It's just very random. He hasn't really made a playlist since, like, WarioWare, I guess. But that's what these asterisks indicate. When the series is still in progress like this, I usually put a question mark because it's possible that he'll make a playlist. Occasionally he goes through like phases, like there'll be a month where he'll make playlists for everything, but he hasn't done that for quite a while. But like there was this period of time where he made a whole bunch of playlists, so it happens, and sometimes it's not clear if he will or not, but presently he's not making playlists for much of anything. He's not going to make a playlist for Backpack Hero, let's face it. Cult of Lamb's over, he didn't make a playlist. He probably is not going to go back and make a playlist at this point, is my guess. So I'll make those changes. I need to get the transcripts from these.
Honey, wake up. There.
Oh dear God. Sorry, it's loud. Cursed Golf 1. Cursed Golf 2. And then, again, this is like something that I've done for some reason, that when he plays a game and there's only 1 or 2 videos, I don't create a whole folder necessarily on the top level of this transcripts folder, because it's just so much to go through already that because he's played like literally thousands of games for things like Let's Look At, these games that he's only played like once, I don't want to have separate folders for every single one of them. Likewise, if there's a game that he's played like twice, like he played, I think, exactly 2 games of Battle Royale. Again, it should have a folder so those 2 things are together, I think. But I don't think it needs to be on the very top level because he's only played, there's only 2 videos and he played it in like a single session. So again, there's some judgment call here, but inside the miscellaneous games folder, I will make a Cursed to Golf folder for the 2 Cursed to Golf transcripts. That's the way I'm doing it right now. Again, your mileage may vary. Again, how you do it is sort of less important than being consistent about how you do it as much as possible. The mantra of archiving is just, do the best that you can, and even if you're doing something poorly, at least give people the benefit of knowing what you're gonna do and not being terribly inconsistent. Is the way at least I try to do it. And you probably don't need to be like me. You probably don't want to be like me. It's probably in the best interest of everyone if you're not like me. So, do the best you can. These don't exist. Rollerverse is still going. I don't feel like updating it right now. Played Up is probably still going. I don't feel like updating it right now. Fall Guys is possibly still going. I don't feel like updating it right now. The advantage of doing this double question mark thing is I can kind of go and check and be like, okay, here are the things that I think might still be going. I can probably kill GeoGuessr duels and finish the transcripts. SAP is still updating. React Court is hard because it can go through some long hiatuses, but I kind of always expect it to come back. Zombs Royales keep going. I don't know about Repentance. It went through a pretty dang long gap. It might also be dead. It's just hard to tell. Quizzes are still going. Tier lists will probably keep going. One-off videos will probably keep going. So for the time being, I think all that's good. So that's sort of like what a week of updating the site looks like. Again, sometimes there's like big events. I have to update the history page. That doesn't happen very often. But like, he was on a Gotham Chess podcast. I like to put stuff like that in here. Use your judgment about what you think major events are. 'Cause that type of thing is always like only obvious in hindsight, but I should probably just have like a separate page for like videos NL appears in off his channel for things like that collab with Gotham Chess. That might make more sense than putting it in history, but it's too late now. That's what I've been doing. So for consistency's sake, for the time being, I'll keep doing that. Alright, so thank you guys for listening. All 0 to 1 of you, I'm guessing. But in case you ever too want to be a Scum, or you want to start archiving, some other content creator like this, and I think that would be great. Like I kind of wish a lot of streamers had a Scums, a obsessive archivist, keep track of what they played and when they played it, and make it possible to find everything that's happened. Obviously, I'm biased because I'm me. Most other people are not like me, and that's, again, probably for the best, but whatever. Anyway, I'll be back with more about like how to archive stuff for like the way that I do Malf and Apollo are a little bit different, both because of how much they stream and just not going as deep, but they also have sort of their own issues with like copyright stuff, so like they'll get their own discussion. Things like the weekly Twitch clips that I've been doing for Apollo, like how to go about doing things like that's not very difficult either. So I'm going to make a little video about how you could do that if you want to do that for someone like Malf or Justin or Chib. I think that would be cool. I would love to see sort of weekly Twitch clips, compilations from them to get an idea of what's going on with them. So there'll be some more to come in case you watch this and were interested. For now, ta-ta.